Well, the python problem is getting closer and closer to home here in Central Florida. We told you at 10 how the apex predators are getting closer to our home here.
Imagine this. Deep in the sunny swamps of Florida's Everglades, something wild is happening right now. Giant snakes as long as a school bus are taking over, eating everything in sight. But then, scientists come up with a crazy plan. They build fake rabbits, robots that look, move, and even feel warm like real bunnies, and place them out there as bait. What happened next? You won't believe it. It turned into an epic battle between tech and nature that's changing everything. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing stories from the animal world. Florida released robotic rabbits to take on deadly pythons, and the results are absolutely insane. Stick around because this gets intense. Let's start from the beginning. Picture the Everglades. It's this huge, beautiful wetland full of tall grass, clear water, and all kinds of amazing animals. Birds flying everywhere, deer splashing through marshes, cute little rabbits hopping around, and even big cats like panthers hiding in the shadows. It used to be a perfect balance, where everything lived together just fine. But then, something terrible happened. These massive snakes called Burmese pythons showed up, and they don't belong there at all. How did they get there? Well, a long time ago, people brought these pythons from far away in Asia as pets. They thought the babies were cool and cute. But pythons grow really fast and really big. Some get over 15 feet long and heavier than a grown-up person. When owners couldn't handle them anymore, some let them go into the wild, or storms destroyed places where they were kept, and the snakes escaped. That was back in the 1990s, and since then, they've spread like crazy. There are no animals in Florida that naturally hunt big pythons, so nothing stops them from having babies. Lots and lots of babies. These pythons are super hunters. They are quiet. They hide perfectly in the grass and trees, and they squeeze their prey to catch it. They eat rabbits, raccoons, birds, deer, even alligators sometimes. Can you imagine a snake eating an alligator? It's true, and it's scary. Because the pythons eat so much, the normal animals started disappearing. Scientists found places where almost no rabbits or small furry creatures were left, like 90% gone in some spots. Birds stopped nesting because their eggs got eaten. Even big animals like bobcats and panthers had less food. The whole Everglades was turning into a ghost town for wildlife. It broke my heart when I learned how bad it got. These snakes were winning, and the beautiful swamp was suffering. People in Florida knew they had to do something. They couldn't just let the pythons take over. So, they tried all kinds of ideas. First, they hired special hunters, real pros who go out day and night searching for snakes. These hunters get paid for every python they catch and remove humanely. There's even a big event every year called the Florida Python Challenge. Hundreds of people from all over come to hunt pythons for 10 days, and there are prizes for the most caught or the longest one. In 2025, almost 1,000 hunters joined and caught hundreds of snakes. It was exciting, like a real adventure, but even with all that effort, it wasn't enough. The pythons are too good at hiding. They're like ghosts in the swamp. That's when the scientists got super creative. They thought, what do pythons love to eat most? Marsh rabbits, those fluffy little bunnies that live in the wet areas. Pythons can't resist them. Years ago, someone tried using real live rabbits in safe pens as bait, and it worked. The snakes came sneaking up. But keeping real rabbits was hard. You have to feed them, clean up, and it cost too much for lots of spots. So, a team from the University of Florida and the South Florida Water Management District had a genius idea. Why not make robot rabbits instead? These aren't just any toys. They started with soft, furry rabbit stuffed animals, the kind you might win at a fair. Then, they took out the stuffing and packed in cool tech. They added little motors so the robots could twitch and move like a real bunny hopping or breathing. They put in heaters to make them warm. Because pythons sense heat with special parts on their faces, they can feel a warm animal from far away even in the dark. Some even got a special smell added, like real rabbit fur, to trick the snakes' noses. And the best part? They are powered by the sun with solar panels, so they can sit out there all day without batteries dying. They made them waterproof too, because the Everglades gets tons of rain. Each robot costs about $4,000. Not cheap, but worth it if it saves the ecosystem. In the summer of 2025, they placed around 120 of these robotic rabbits in hidden spots across South Florida. They put them in small safe pens with cameras watching everything. The cameras are smart. They can spot a long, slithery shape moving close and send an alert right away to the team's phones. Then, a hunter rushes out to catch the python before it figures out the trick. At first, everyone was holding their breath. Would the python fall for it? These snakes are smart and careful. They don't just rush at anything. But guess what? It started working. Pythons began showing up, drawn by the warmth, the tiny movements, and that yummy rabbit smell. One by one, the alerts came in. Hunters arrived and found huge snakes coiled up, ready to strike at the fake bunny. They safely removed them, and each one caught meant more safety for the real animals. But here's where it gets insane. Some of the pythons were monsters, over 10 feet long, thick as your arm. Imagine creeping up on one in the dark swamp, hearing the grass rustle, and seeing those cold eyes staring at the robot. The hunters told stories that gave me chills. One time, a python tried to swallow the robot whole, wrapping around it like it was dinner. But since it's a robot, it didn't get hurt, and the camera caught the whole thing. The team watched live as the snake squeezed and tried to eat metal and wires. It was wild, nature versus machine in a real showdown. Early results were better than anyone hoped. In just a few months, dozens of pythons got lured out this way. Officials said every single snake removed makes a big difference. It's giving native animals a chance to come back. Rabbits are starting to be seen more. Birds are nesting again in some areas, and the balance is slowly healing. But it's not over yet. The project is still new, and they are tweaking it, maybe more scent, better movements. They are hopeful this could be a game changer, something they can use in more places. Think about it. Tiny robot bunnies standing up to giant killer snakes. It's like a movie, right? But it's real, and it's happening because people care about saving nature. The Everglades is one of the most special places on Earth, home to so many unique creatures. If we lose it to these invaders, we'd lose something irreplaceable. Stories like this remind me how amazing humans can be when we use our brains to fix problems we caused. What do you think? Is this the coolest way to fight invasive animals ever? Or what? Have you heard of other wild ideas like detector dogs or scout snakes with trackers? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. This story blew my mind, and I bet it did yours too. If you love this insane tale of robotic rabbits versus pythons, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Share this video with your friends who love animals or crazy science stories. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next epic adventure. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.